Hello, tech and business writing students. I briefly just wanted to go over your assignment this week. We're going to build on knowledge that we learned last week regarding rhetorical strategies that were introduced by Greek philosopher Aristotle. We have ethos, logos, and pathos. Remember that ethos is an appeal to credibility or authority. In the scenarios that I give you, you are that person of credibility and authority. Logos is an appeal to your audience's sense of logic and reasoning, and pathos is an appeal to emotion, and often the most effective rhetorical strategy. You're going to use those three rhetorical strategies in your assignment this week, in which you write a persuasive directive. Now, a directive is where a supervisor or generally a person of authority explains to those who work for them why you want them to follow a specific policy. You have the authority to issue this directive, but you also want to explain why it's necessary, why it's desirable. It's really a balancing act. You want to be firm in your tone without haranguing anyone or being too abrasive or curt. Again, you want to keep these employees, but you also want them to follow established protocols and procedures and policies. And that's what you're doing in a directive. Now, I give you three scenarios from which to choose. The first one, you work for a public radio station and you have this wildly popular radio show, podcast. It's also a podcast, began as a podcast in which college students critique TikTok videos. Your listeners love this show. You're the communications manager for this public radio station. Donations, on which your station relies, have gone up with this show. The only problem is, for the past 3 weeks, these college students have been busy and they've been delivering the episode or the podcast to you late. So you're unable to get this on the air. You've resorted to airing reruns, and donations to the radio station have plunged by 50%. So you need to explain why the policy for getting these podcasts on time, these recordings on time, is necessary to the podcast team. Why they need to follow this, while also keeping them happy so they'll continue to create quality, engaging podcasts or radio shows in this case. So it's a balancing act. You want to keep them happy and you want to keep your audience happy, but the podcast creators need to be reminded that they're in a contract with you and you need the product on time. You don't want to miss out on those donations. Scenario 2, you are a corrections officer at a county jail. Completely different scenario. Lately, you've noticed that your staff have been socializing together outside of work. And some personal and romantic dramas have spilled over in the workplace. There have been fistfights and gossip being spread and all kinds of unseemly activities that have kind of cast a pall over the workplace. You need to address this and let your staff know that they are not allowed to hang out and socialize with those who work for them outside of work hours. So you should firmly reprimand your staff while being careful not to destroy a sense of camaraderie that's necessary, to run a jail efficiently and smoothly. And then the last scenario, you are the executive chef for any celebrity of your choosing. You can choose who the celebrity is. The catch is they're a very picky eater, this celebrity, and they only want to consume organic and ethically sourced foods and ingredients. But recently, your kitchen staff has been purchasing cheap, inorganic foods from Walmart. Now, the celebrity happens to love the taste of these foods. So it's your job to keep the celebrity happy, but you need to issue a directive to your staff that they should be purchasing organic food that's been ethically sourced, the expensive stuff from Whole Foods or Sprouts or natural grocers instead of Walmart, And it's really their duty to make these foods taste as good as the cheap and easy products that they've been buying at Walmart. So those are your 3 scenarios. Choose one. Write a directive to your staff. Include 3 paragraphs. 1, calling on ethos or your authority, why they should trust you on this. Include a paragraph appealing to their sense of logic. Logically, this chef's staff will be fired if the celebrity finds out, if they happen to wander into the kitchen at night and see great value flour instead of the organic kind from Whole Foods. And then you also need a reason that appeals to their sense of emotion. So you might want to strike fear and let them know that of the consequences and repercussions of not following this policy. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be around through email, or we can set up office hours, whatever's easiest for you. We're getting down to the end of the semester. So this is one of the last writing assignments we'll do. But again, if you have questions, let me know, and I will see you guys next week. Enjoy this. Have fun with it.